Welcome back to Belleville, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions come away with a victory tonight here on the road against the Lady Buffs. And we're joined by Coach Weatherman. And Coach, I'll just tell you right now, the band is loud and it's hard to hear.
Yes, it is.
So congratulations on a nice victory tonight.
Thank you.
The Lady Lions, you know, I'll tell you, a couple of things I looked at tonight. I thought the Lady Lions did a great job with some pressure defense, and that really kind of shook up this young Buffalo team.
That was really our game plan coming in. We knew that they got some good young kids, but with us being such an experienced basketball team, that we wanted to get after them early and force them into mistakes and frustrate them. They're good young basketball players, but they're young. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of, they graduated 5 seniors last year. There's no really returning letterman for them to really help them out. So there's a lot of pressure on those young kids.
Yeah, there is. I thought off the coming as far as a positive that I saw what they were able to do is their zone was really able to shut down our low and high post, but we did a great job of being able to hit some outside shots, which freed it up, and I thought that was a good positive for us for some nice outside shooting tonight.
Going through the first part of this year and back to the last year, that's going to be the key for us as the season goes on, is first to be able to hit some perimeter shots. Last year we didn't shoot the ball very good from the perimeter. We didn't start out the year shooting the ball from the perimeter very good. But we have kids. Lindsay kind of got on track before break. We got Kate a little bit more healthy now, and she hit some shots tonight. But we got kids that are more incapable. We just need to get some confidence and make those things.
Absolutely. One of the things that probably, if I had to pick out a negative, would be they really outboarded us tonight, both offensive and defensively. That's really the only negative that I could think about. There's a lot more positives than there are negatives. It's
kind of funny you just said that, because that was the one thing we really stressed in the locker room just a second ago, and it was that way against Sacred Heart the other night. We haven't been getting our body on the offensive players when they're attacking the rim, and we're just not doing a very good job blocking out right now. And what that did, I watched the Sacred Heart game. That just gave them so many second opportunities. We were up by 20-some in the first half. They pretty much finished the game with the same lead as we had at halftime, just because we weren't rebounding in the second half of that game. It kind of held true tonight in the second half. We did a pretty good job the first half playing defense, but their offensive rebounding kind of kept them in the game, or kept the score closer than it needed to be here in the second half.
And once again, we have numerous players that had some nice scoring. Kate Steinbrock led the way with, I think, 14. You had Giles with 9, Shoup with 10. But, one of the things that we had to do is we had both Shoup with 3 and I think Grace Peters with 3 in the first half. The girls had to rely on some other guard play, and they did a nice job with that.
Yeah, and some of our fouls in the first half were kind of senseless too. We didn't do a very good job of, we did some reaching. We didn't close out very good a couple times, and we had some kids put themselves in that foul, that foul position. But we can play a lot of kids, and when one kid, goes to the bench, we got kids that are more capable to step in and come in and give us good minutes. Before the break, JC has 23. Tonight she didn't have as many tonight. We just are constantly having different kids step up and score for us.
Yeah, and that's exciting when you look at it. It's not one-dimensional, and that's what makes a strong team to get better, is when you have a bunch of girls that can step up and play, and I felt like they've done a nice job so far this year. Undefeated in league play. I don't even know, do we go on the road Tuesday, or are we at home?
We don't have a game Tuesday. We have 4 practices. Take tonight. We worked on some things over break. We felt that were kind of glaring weaknesses of ours going into the break. We worked on those things. We can evaluate tonight's game and still 4 practices before we really get to playing. So
yeah, okay.
Tonight it was really nice setup the way the schedule played out. But we got a week to get ready for Southeast, and that's at home next Friday night. And like I told the girls, our next 3 games are Southeast, Clay Center, and Beloit. So we're going to find out what we're really made of.
And I was also impressed. I was a little nervous tonight, being that we did not have school today, just on how they would come out and how they would react. Now, somebody did tell me you had a shoot around this morning, so that's probably a wise choice.
That's exactly why we had that.
So that was a good choice. So, well, Coach, congratulations on a nice victory. Thanks for coming up and sharing with us.
Thank you,
guys. We appreciate it, and congrats. Coach Weatherman with us as we celebrate the victory with the Lady Lions. We'll take a real quick break, and we'll be back with boys action. You're listening to SalinaPost.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 20. We'll be right back after this word.
We'll go ahead.
Okay.
We're running out of time. We're getting ready to play the defending champion, Class 2A defending champion, Republic County Buffaloes here in Belleville. I think they're about 3-3 on the season. They, like the girls, lost 3 games in mid-December to Beloit, Concordia, and Valley Heights, and they beat Russell right before Christmas.
Valley Heights is no slouch.
Well, they are not.
They are not. So
they're a very, very good 2A squad. The Buffs are led by senior, 6'3" senior Allen, number 33. That's the Trevor Allen. I think they're one remaining starter back from last year's squad.
But they've got some young players. They've got another Kuhlman on this team.
Yeah.
And I remember that Drew Hoops played quite a bit of ball last year.
Yes.
So
nobody to sneeze at, I guarantee you. Expect a heavily contested game here tonight. The Lions are 4-1 and 1-1 in the league, tied for second.
Well, and you got to figure a very tough loss against a very good Sacred Heart team.
Actually, we're tied for third behind Beloit and then Sacred Heart.
Wow, at
Sacred Heart's
1-1.
Got one less victory than Beloit.
As we get ready for the starting lineups, Minneapolis in their traveling red and Belleville in their home white. And this is going to be a challenge tonight, Dale.
No doubt about it.
Very loud atmosphere up here.
The Lions do have one good bit of news. They do have Alex Joxel back tonight.
And he is starting without his headgear. Scares Lynn daylights out of me. So.
And he won't play defense any differently, I'll guarantee.
No, I agree. As we get ready for the starting lineups here in just a second, as once again, Minneapolis and the Belleville Republic County Buffaloes. Very loud gym to play in, Dale.
Yes, and they're not even
at full capacity.
Full.
For Minneapolis, a 6'1" junior, number 2, Josh Macy. For the Republic County Buffaloes, number 10, a 5'10" sophomore, Tucker Allen. So, for Minneapolis, number 14, a 6'1" junior, Gage Mortimer.
Sporting some long sideburns there.
Yep. And for the Buffs, number 11, a 6'2" senior, Drew Hoops. So, for Minneapolis, a 6' senior, number 23, Brandon Davis. For the Republic County Buffs, a 6'2" senior, Jeff Hadachek. Hadachek, a returner off last year's team, as well as Hoops. But they graduated like 8 players. So, for Minneapolis, number 30, 6'1" senior, Alex Joxel. For the Buffs, number 32, a 6' sophomore, Tyler Popelka. And for Minneapolis, number 33, a 6'3" junior, John Kelly. And for the Buffs, number 33, a 6'3" senior, Trevor Allen. So the
Buffs got a good scouting report off Belleville alumnus Coach Tony Hoops of the Halstead Dragons for tonight's game.
What was that?
I said I'm sure the Buffs got a good scouting report
Oh,
on Minneapolis
I'm sure they
off
do.
Tony Hoops.
I'm sure they do.
Belleville grad and Halstead head coach.
Well, and they've got probably a nephew on here, Hoops, on this ball team. So as we get ready to go, this Minneapolis and the I started to say Halstead. Thanks, buddy. Republic County Buffs getting ready to go. Minneapolis in their home, traveling red. Republic Buffs in their home white. As we get ready to go here for tonight's action. Thank you, Coach Henderson, who's keeping the books for me tonight. So I can be careful, Levi. Need to cross there. As we get ready to go. So Minneapolis and the Buffs getting ready to go. Jumping will be John Kelly, as well as 6'2" senior Drew Hoops for the Buffs. Tip is up, and it will be in control by Davis and the Lions into the hands of Macy. Macy drives the right-hand side, back over to Mortimer. Mortimer picks up his dribble, gets it back over to Yoxel. Yoxel swing pass back over to Brandon Davis. They look down low. They get it down low to Kelly. Kelly into the low block. He's fouled. Nice job, John Kelly, as he will go to the line. Nice job by John Kelly with the down low. Foul is going to be on, I believe, Tucker Allen. First team foul.
We need Big John going to the basket.
Kelly at the line to shoot 2 here. Shot is up, and it's off the back of the rim. Second shot coming by Kelly. Shot is up, and it is good. Gets it to roll in. Minneapolis gets the first score here. Interesting who can brings the ball down for the Buffs.
Yeah.
Ball gets it back on the outside to Popelka. Popelka back over to Hoops. Hoops with the ball. Hoops drives the right-hand side. He's picked up and then dribbled out of bounds. No call, and there's going to be a foul. And there's going to be a foul down low. We'll see who it's on. They hit a 3, but it did not count.
Prior to the shot, the foul.
I'm still waiting to see fouls on Mortimer. Ball comes back into Hoops. Hoops on the outside. Looks down low, gets it to shot in the paint, up and good by number 33, Allen. Allen with the low points. Back on the outside goes to Mortimer, back to Kelly, back over to Brandon Davis. Davis on the outside, dribbles around the top, and he has it stolen away, and it's going to be a tip.
He gets back in on it, ties it up.
But it'll be possession back to the Buffs. Sorry, Dale. You go ahead and jump in anytime. I apologize, buddy.
Well, I'll try not to walk on you either.
So, no, you're fine. Hoops with the ball, guarded by Brandon Davis. He brings it down and crosses the timeline. High screen set, picked it up, gets it back over to Allen. Allen at the top. Swing pass back over to Hadacek. Hadacek, he's going to walk with it. Turnover back to the Lions.
Now, is it Jared Allen, 33? Is that his first name?
No, Trevor.
He was one of their main ball handlers last year, if I remember right.
And he's a big kid, 6'3". So I think he's their only returner, starter, maybe.
I think so.
Brandon Davis back over to Kelly. Kelly back to Macy. Macy to set it up. Lions trail by 1, 2-1 here. Back into Alex Yoxel. Yoxel will drive around. And no out of bounds. It'll be Republic County Buffalo ball. The Buffs with the ball
kind
after
of a wild shot. I think Alex looked for a foul, but none called.
Hoops guarded by Davis. Hoops crosses the timeline, picked up by Brandon. Back over to Allen. Allen looks down low to Popelka. Popelka shot, turn around, up, no good. Rebounded by Yoxel, back out to Macy. Macy has numbers, gets it, lane, up, and no good. And we're going to get a foul against the Lions. Wow.
Josh got a little far underneath the basket there before he could get that shot off. And
I think that's going to be 2 on, nope, first on Alex Yoxel.
2 team fouls.
Had numbers on that, Dale, and we couldn't get it to finish. Brandon Davis with the defense. Back on the outside goes to Allen, Tucker Allen. They go down low. Hadacek, Popelka, up and good. So Popelka gets the low points and the low block.
4-1, Buffs.
We're going to get a foul there.
Got a foul.
Minneapolis is going to get a couple players in.
Foul Macy.
One thing I don't know is how deep they go into their bench. Minneapolis gets in 2 sophomores in Alex Yoxel as well as Gavin Rothenberger.
Second foul on number 10.
And Lane Shoemaker checks in for the Buffs, and he's a sophomore as well. Back on the outside. Oh, also in for Minneapolis is Lane Nichols. Nichols with the ball. Gets it back over to Brandon Davis. Davis with the high pick. Gets it down low, and we're going to turn it over again down low. 4-1, the Buffs with the lead. And really kind of controlling this right now. Ball goes on the outside, shot up, no good, and another offensive rebound, but it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be Minneapolis basketball. Ball goes back on the outside to Nichols, so bring it down to set it up. Nichols back to Mortimer. Mortimer drives, backward to Brandon Davis. Brandon on the outside. Down low goes to Yoxel. Yoxel up and good. Nice job, Eric Yoxel, as he gets the bucket down low.
Forced it right in.
He had to work hard for it, but he gets it to fall.
4-3 Buffs.
Travel, yep. And the turnover goes back to the Lions. Checking in for the Buffs is number 40, Chase Lambert. Ball goes into Brandon Davis. Davis to bring it down to set it up. Davis on the right-hand side. Travels back to the left. It goes back to Yoxel. Yoxel at the top goes back to Rothenberger. Gavin on the outside, back to Brandon Davis. Brandon down low to Yoxel. Up, and he's going to be fouled. And he will go to the line. Nice job by Eric Yoxel.
Foul on Trevor Allen, 33. First personal, third team foul.
Eric at the line to shoot 2 here. First shot is up, and it's good. Makes the first one. Second shot coming by Yoxel. Shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound by Rothenberger. Nice job, Gavin. Up and no good. It's gonna be off of. It's gonna be off of Minneapolis. Nice job, Gavin Rothenberger. I love how Gavin can jump. They called it. Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Called it on Yoxel. Oh, wow. Checking in for Minneapolis is number 11, David Johns, as well as Macy checks back in for the Lions.
So 3 team fouls apiece. First personal on Eric Yoxel.
David Johns with the defense on Drew Hoops. Back on the outside, goes in the hands of Lambert. Lambert back to Hoops. Hoops at the top. Swing pass back over to Hadachek. Hadachek down low. Great hands right there, but saved by the Buffs.
Rothenberger with the tip away.
Rothenberger working hard down low. Back goes to Shoemaker. Shoemaker down low. And off the glass and good by Popelka. Popelka had some separation right there. Thought Macy might have been able to draw a charge. No call. 6-4, the Buffs with the lead. Ball goes back to the outside to Macy. Macy sets the high screen by Yoxel. Yoxel down low to oh, yes, thank you very much.
Eric
Yoxel with the bucket down low. Nobody was going to take him. And finally he goes ahead and takes the bucket. Tied up at 6.
3:35 to go in the quarter.
Ball in the hands of Hoops. He drives. And there's going to be a foul on by Johns. So David Johns, a junior for the Lions at 5'9". He's gotten some growth this year. It's been nice to see. He's got a great outside shot. Checking back in for the Buffs is number 32. That wasn't Popelka. I don't know who that was.
First personal, 4th team foul.
So ball in the hands of Hoops, guarded by Nichols. Nichols with some great defense right there. Goes back on the outside, goes to Lambert. Lambert picks up his dribble. And nearly stolen away. Hadachek with the ball. Back on the Shoemaker. And then stolen away by Yoxel and the Lions. Macy comes back the other direction to the right-hand side. Drives down into the lane, up and no good. And the Buffs get the rebound.
Couldn't get his rebound quite. The Buffs come away with it. 3 minutes in the quarter. 6 all.
Goes back on the outside, goes to Popelka. Popelka guarded by, back on the outside to Shoemaker. Up, no good, rebounded by Macy. Macy back the other direction. David Johns up and can't get it to fall either. We have been nothing down low, and we've missed some bunnies down underneath. Hoops with the ball. Back on the outside to Shoemaker. Shoemaker down low goes to Popelka. Shot up, no good, but Hadacek with a big rebound and puts it in. 8-6, Buffs with the lead. Down low. There's no way that's not a foul. Thank you very much.
Rothenberger foul on the shot attempt.
I thought they were for a second not going to call that, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on.
I could just hear you getting ready to say, where's the foul? The ref caught up with you.
Lane Shoemaker with the foul. Shot is up and good by Gavin Rothenberger.
14 fouls each.
Checking in for the Lions is Brandon Davis, John Kelly, and Gage Mortimer. And getting ready to come in as the shooter. For the shooter will be Alex Yoxel. So staying on the floor will be Josh Macy. Rothenberger at the line. The Buffs get another switch out a player. Didn't see who it is. Misses that shot and rebounded by Allen for the Buffs. 8-7. Allen with the ball as he comes down across the timeline, guarded by. Wow, Hoops with a little scoop shot. Man, 10-7.
You don't see that going at the basket very often.
No. Ball goes back on the outside to Rothenberger, down low to Kelly. Kelly in the paint, no good. Yes, it is. Nice job by John Kelly. Works it down low against the big guy, and they go back the other direction.
10-9 the score, Buffs.
There we go. Nice job, Josh Macy steps in and takes the charge. Nice job by Macy as he takes the charge. 10-9, Buffs with the lead.
Foul on 32.
And the foul, as you said. One of the things I noticed right there is Trevor Allen doesn't like to run the floor very much for the big guy. Macy with the ball. Macy crosses the timeline, gets it over to Kelly. Kelly on the outside, goes back to Alex Yoxel. Alex back over to Macy. Macy back over to Brandon Davis for 3. Yes, nice job. Brandon Davis hits a big 3 right there as we go up 12-10.
First lead of the night for the Lions, I think.
Brandon Davis forcing. Nice job by Hoops brings it down. Allen for 3. It looks good. Off the mark, rebounded by Macy. Macy coming the other direction. Back to Mortimer. Mortimer up and can't get it to fall, but Mortimer with the own rebound, and he'll go to the line. Nice job by Gage Mortimer to fight for that rebound, and he'll get rewarded at the line.
1:03 remaining in the quarter. It's 12-10. Lions, see if we can expand the lead a little bit here.
Mortimer at the line. First shot is up and front rim, back rim, but it's good. 1:03, 13-10, Lions with the lead. Second shot coming by Mortimer.
Buffs gets some bulk in underneath the basket, Arbith not.
Second shot is up and he makes that one.
(14-10) Lions.
Nichols checks in for Macy. Arbuthnot checks in for the Buffs. And he does some size down low. All down low, gets it back to Popelka. Popelka picks up his dribble, gets it back over. Popelka drives. Shot in the lane, no good, and rebounded by Brandon Davis. Davis comes back the other direction, 2-on-2. He tries right in, and swatted away. Comes back the other direction. Here's the Buffs. And Kelly swats it away as well. Nice job, both sides getting the swat in there, Dale.
Kelly just ran with him and bided his time and waited, blocked the shot after it was put up from behind.
The Buffs to inbounds, 14-10. There's Hoops with the three off the mark, but Arbuthnot with the rebound. He can't get it, but gets his own rebound. And then stolen away by Brandon Davis. Brandon has numbers, and he's going to be on the floor, but he's going to be fouled by Shoemaker. That's the 7th team foul. That should put Brandon Davis at the line for a one-on-one.
Before the shot, he will get the free throw attempts.
Minneapolis getting some fresh legs in.
Rothenberger and Eric Yoxel and Johns come in, replacing Alex Yoxel, Mortimer, and Mason.
Shot is up and good, makes that one. And checking in is Skylar Rebrock as he checks in for Lane Nichols. 15-10, 20.8 seconds left in the first. Second shot getting ready to come. Second shot is up and front rim, no good. Rebounded by Arbuthnot. 16 seconds. Hoops with the ball, guarded by Brandon Davis. Oh, where's the travel? No call. And he's got trouble there. Gets it down to Shoemaker. Shoemaker pulls it back. Gets it back to Hoops. Hoops, oh my goodness, another no call. I'll tell you folks, there's a battle going on there. There's a big three right there by Jeff Hadachek. Hits a three, but I'll tell you, there's some battling going on.
Makes the score at the completion of one quarter. Lions 15, the Buffs of Republic County 13. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Choose your beautiful new countertop, granite or quartz, from the large selection of slabs of granite and quartz in stock in the Creative Surfaces showroom. Your new countertop is cut from the actual slab of granite and quartz you select. Creative Surfaces is a proud supporter of Minneapolis Lions.
See the guys at AutoTech for all your automotive repair needs. Quality automotive care from alignments to transmissions and everything in between. Proud supporters of the Minneapolis Lions. Visit Straub International today. Your Case IH, Great Plains, Mahindra, and Polaris dealer with 7 locations. Straub International, helping Kansas grow. For over...
Wow.
9 of 13 what?
9 out of their 13 points by Hadachek.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I knew he was doing some scoring.
Thank you, Coach H. Ball goes back in the hands of Macy. Macy to set it up for the Lions. Back to down low to Yoxel. Yoxel, yeah.
Took the fake. Tried to put a fake on and traveled.
Ball goes back. Checking in for the Buffs is number 15, another sophomore, Cale Johnson, as he is trapped. Gets it over across the timeline to Trevor Allen. Allen, there's a big forearm shiver going on by Arbuthnot. Back to in the outside to another sophomore, Trey Kuhlman, freshman, excuse me. I'm assuming that's a...
Allen drives the hoop, shot's no good. Skylar Rebrock comes with the rebound. Mortimer on the right wing.
Mortimer back on the outside to Rebrock, back to Macy. Macy looks down low to Kelly, has nothing, goes back on the outside, goes back to Rebrock, back to Kelly. Kelly in the low block. Back on the outside. Rebrock for 3, off the mark, and it was the outside.
Yoxel tried to drive, but got blocked out.
So, nice steal there by Kelly. Kelly back the other direction to Macy. Macy with the ball, drives down low to Kelly. Great pass up and off the block, and it's good. Nice job, John Kelly, as he works it in. 17-13.
Just crawled in. Got a ticky-tack foul here on Rebrock. That would be the 5th team foul on the Lions, first on Rebrock. Tipped by Mortimer out of bounds.
Checking in is Brandon Davis for Reetrock. It will stay with the Buffs. 17-13, Lions with the lead. On the inbounds, gets it in to Kuhlman, back to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot back into the hands of Johnson. Johnson backward on the outside goes to Allen. Tucker Allen with the ball, gets it down low to Trevor Allen. Or, I don't know which
yes,
Allen.
That's
Trevor Allen.
Uh-huh.
Shot up and no good. And rebounded by out of bounds off of the Buffs. It'll stay with Minneapolis. That was a wise choice by Kelly.
I was thinking it might have been touched by him last, but he laid off, and we got the call.
Macy with the ball, bringing it down, gets it across court to Brandon Davis. Davis, swing pass back on to Macy. Macy down low. And there is a foul on the Buffs. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was on number 10, Tucker Allen. Nope. 50, Arbuthnot. He had a big forearm shiver down here.
That's what I was going to say, but then it looked like they were pointing at somebody else.
Yeah. So Alex Yoxel will go to the line to shoot 2. Checking in is Eric Yoxel for John Kelly.
It'll be a 1-and-1. That's their 8th team foul. We're up by 4, 17-13.
Shot is up and good as he makes the first one. Second shot coming. Shot is up and makes them both. Nice job by one of our senior leaders. Good to have him back on the floor.
Alex Yoxel, he's replaced by Rothenberger. And Eric Yoxel's in also.
And checking back in for the Buffs is number 11, Drew Hoops.
19-13 the lead with 5:51 to go in second quarter.
They will get it into the hands of Tucker Allen. Allen with the ball. Gets it down across the timeline. Guarded tightly there by Macy. Swing pass back on the outside to Hadacek, or Popelka. Oh, nice move by Trevor Allen. He gets the bucket down low. Brandon Davis on the outside. Swing pass back to Macy. Macy backward to Macy. Macy swing pass backward down low to Eric Yoxel. Backward to Brandon Davis. Brandon with it was a high pass, but he gets the ball.
Davis got a little too deep out in the basket and tried to fire it out to Lyon.
And there's a kick by Macy. Stays with Minneapolis, or stays with the Buffs. 19-15, Lions with the lead. The Buffs with the ball underneath their own basket. The ball gets into Hadacek, and
a foul on Mortimer, I think.
Yeah. So second one on Mortimer.
6th team foul, so the Buffs will be in the 1-on-1 from here on. Next foul.
Inbounds will be Allen. Allen gets it in. And rebounded by.
Yoxel got suckered in there. Davis.
Oh, nice job by Brandon Davis as he goes coast to coast and finishes it nicely. Brandon Davis with a great bucket underneath.
21-15 Lions.
Brandon's another one that plays really long, and that forces a turnover back the other direction as they try to go cross court, and the Buffs are going to call a timeout. It's the 30-second version. Minneapolis with the lead, 21-15. We'll take a real quick break. You're listening to SalinaPost.com as well as Eagle Communication, Channel 20.
For 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way, Robertson Monuments.
See American Family Insurance agent Scott Osherman for all of your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, proudly supporting the Lions.
Whether you're building a new house or a birdhouse, Ottawa County Lumber and Supply will have the tools and materials you need for your next project. Ottawa County Lumber, cheering for the Lions.
Welcome back to Belleville, Kansas, Republic County High School as the Minneapolis Lions with a 6-point lead, 21-15, 4:45 in the second. Macy with the ball, gets it over to Brandon Davis. Davis back to the top to Nichols. Nichols with the ball. He'll swing it back over to Josh Macy, and he's going to be fouled by Tucker Allen, as that was not the world's best pass to Macy. Both of them went for it, but Allen is going to foul. Macy will go to the line for a one-on-one.
The ability of Macy to leap a little higher than Allen there paid off.
But the big thing, Tucker Allen with 3 fouls right there.
Macy to the line for a 1-and-1. 9th team foul on the Buffs.
Shot is up and no good. Misses the front end of the one-on-one. Rebounded by Hoops, as that will come back the other direction. Hoops with the ball. Picks up his dribble and gets it over to Trevor Allen. Trevor, spin move in the paint. No good. Rebounded by Rothenberger. Back out to Macy. Macy with the numbers back the other direction. Backward to Brandon Davis off the glass. Can't get it to fall. And rebounded by, oh, nice job by
Eric
Yoxel with the presence of mind in the air to throw it off the legs of either Hadacek or Popelka, either one,
Popelka,
but nice job by the sophomore Eric
Popelka was
Yoxel.
a sitting duck. He couldn't do anything about it.
Inbounds, gets it into Brandon Davis as David Johns checks in the ball game for Lane Nichols. Ball goes down low, shot up by Macy, no good, rebounded by Drew Hoops. 21-15, Josh just hasn't been able to find a shot yet tonight. Goes back on the outside to Johnson. Johnson for the Buffs, picks up his dribble. Looks at Trevor Allen, has Trevor Allen. And spin move on the inside, no good, but gets the rebound is Popelka. Popelka, and he puts it in.
21-17, Lions.
Too much concentration on Allen right there, and ball back to David Johns, back to Macy. Macy back to Brandon Davis. Davis back to Macy to set this one up. Lions up by 4, 21-17. And we walk with it. Yep.
Took a step before he put the ball down on the court. Rothenberger. 3:20 to go in a half. Lions nursing the 4-point lead, 21-17.
Ball in the hands of Hoops. Hoops gets it across, gets it backward to Hadacek. Back to Allen. Shot up and no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Back over to Macy. Macy will bring it down. Back into Brandon Davis for 3. Yes, nice job, Brandon Davis with the big 3 right there.
His second on the F.
24-17. Ball comes back in the other direction. Picked up and good defense right there by the Lions. Nice ball movement by the Buffs. It will stay with the Buffs right there.
Kelly and Alex Yoxel come in for Eric Yoxel and Rothenberger.
They will get it into Allen. Allen on the outside. They look down low. Yeah, foul.
They call it on Mason?
They're calling on the floor, though. They're calling it on the floor.
Davis. They call it on Davis.
Oh, they call. Oh, they did count the bucket. Wow. Wow.
Fouls on Davis.
Another scoop shot by Hoops, and he gets it to fall, and he puts the free throw in. 24-20. Back to Macy. Macy on the outside. David Johns back to Brandon Davis. Davis back in the corner, goes to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Brandon Davis. Swing pass backward to Macy. Macy looks at the high post, has nothing, goes to Kelly. Kelly back to Davis. Davis for 3. It's short. And rebounded by the Buffs. Back the other direction, goes into the hands of Allen. Allen, and good foul right there by Yoxel, preventing the bucket, but Allen will go to the line to shoot 2. 24-20, 2:18 left to go here in the second quarter.
The 8th team foul on the Lions, second on Alex. Rothenberger will come in.
First shot is up, and it's good.
Alex Yoxel comes out.
Pretty solid ball player. 6'3" senior Trevor Allen makes the first one. He's got another one coming. Shot is up and makes them both. And he'll take a breather as checking in will be number 13, Trey Kuhlman.
24-22 the score. The Lions with the slim 2-point lead after being up by 6 or at least at one point.
He goes back on the outside. Goes into the hands of Macy. Macy down low to Kelly. Kelly shot in the paint, up and good. Nice job, John Kelly. Tell you, he has got a great look at that bucket when he gets in the low block.
26-22.
Hoops with the ball, back on the outside. Oh, nice move right there, but stolen away by Macy, and it's nice job.
He throws it in off of a buff. Should be Lion ball. Oh, come on. Don't give this to the Buffs.
No way.
It's red ball.
Okay, thank you.
No.
No.
I don't believe this.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. You got to be kidding me, guys. Well, at least they're talking about it. We'll see what they do here. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was definitely, of course, that's in favor of us, but that was obvious from up here on that. So, Minneapolis basketball, 26-22. A minute 46 left to go here in the first half. Macy with the ball on the outside. Back to Brandon Davis, back to David Johns. Johns swing pass backward to Davis. They look down low to Kelly. Kelly with the ball in the low block, and it's up and good. Nice job, and the bucket, and the foul as Kelly will go to the line to shoot the and one. Nice job by David Johns, I believe, to get the feed down to may have been Brandon Davis, but Kelly gets the bucket in the low block, works it, and gets it in.
Nice to feed the big fella and let him get it in the hoop. Great job, John Kelly.
Trevor Allen checking back in, and you almost got to put him back in as far as size-wise. Second foul on Popelka.
The Lion lead expanded back to 6, 28-22 with 1:33 remaining in the half.
The and one shot is up, and it's good. Nice job by Kelly. Ball goes back in the hands of Hoops. Hoops will bring it down for the Buffs. Guarded tight by Brandon Davis. Gets it backward to Allen. Allen with the ball, guarded by Rothenberger. Back on the outside, gets it to Johnson. Johnson down low, and then stolen away by Kelly. Nice job by Kelly with the steal. Back to Macy, back to Brandon Davis. Davis with the shot. Up and no good. Arbuthnot with the rebound. Back the other direction, 29-22, Lions with the lead. The Buffs with the ball. Goes back on the outside to Hadacek. Hadacek, that's going to be a foul on the Lions. Gavin Rothenberger.
Be a 1-and-1 attempt here for Arbuthnot.
No, that's Hadacek.
Hadacek, excuse me.
Hadacek at the line for the 1-and-1 here. Shot is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Rothenberger. Back on the outside goes to Macy.
Good foul by Rothenberger.
Less than a minute left here in the first half. Lions with the ball and the lead. Ball goes to Rothenberger. Back to Brandon Davis for three. Oh, yes! It gets the shooter's roll to fall. Nice job by Brandon Davis.
It's his third of the game, I think.
Big shot on the outside. Ball with Allen and the Buffs. All on the outside as he sets up with the team here. Gets it back over to Hoops to set it up.
10-point lead for the Lions, 32-22. 20 seconds to go.
Hoops back to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot down low. And the bucket, wow. Hadacek wide open underneath, and he gets fouled. Macy with the foul, and that was smart play by the Buffs there. Hadacek, 6'2" senior, was wide open underneath the bucket and gets the ball to fall.
16 seconds remaining. Hadacek at the line for one. The 8-point lead for the Lions right now.
32-24. The and one coming here. Shot is up and gets it to fall. 16 seconds left. Macy with the ball. We got time here to work up a shot with 13 seconds left. Macy drives around their outside, takes the shot up and good, and doesn't get fouled, but gets the bucket 34-25. Hoops with the ball. He'll take the long three. It's way short. And the Lions go into the half with the lead of 34-25. Nice job by Minneapolis to fight back into that. They had, at one point, the Buffs had gotten back to within 2 or 4 points. Minneapolis.
They got it down to 2.
Got it down to 2. Okay. 34-25. Minneapolis, watch out, Dale. Minneapolis with the lead at the half. We'll take a break. We'll get some stats here in a minute. You're listening to SalinaPost.com as well as Eagle Communication, Channel 20.
Welcome back to Belleville, Kansas. The Lions lead by a score of 34-25, having outscored the Buffs in the first quarter 15-13 and expanding it quite a bit in the second quarter, 19-12 for this 9-point lead.
Well, thanks, Coach H. Coach Henderson doing the stats for us, and tell you, I greatly appreciate that because it's hard enough to do the play-by-play and do the stats. I can do it in the girls' game and the boys' game. It's almost impossible. But Coach H has bailed us out numerous times, and he did it again tonight.
Thank you.
So we appreciate
Coach
Henderson. For the Buffs, Trevor Allen with 6 points, Drew Hoops with 5 points, and Jeff Hadachek with 12, and then Tyler Popelka with 2 for the Buffs, as that gives them let's make sure I got that right, 12, 23, 25 points for the Buffs. For Minneapolis, Josh Macy with 2, Gage Mortimer with 2, Alex Yoxel with 2, Gavin Rothenberger with 1, Eric Yoxel with 5, John Kelly with 10, and leading the way, Brandon Davis with 12. So a nice job by Brandon Davis and the Lions.
Did he have 3 trays like I was counting?
1. 3 trays. Yep.
That's really been a difference in this game because we've not been able to get a lot of 2-pointers going other than some nice shots underneath.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, the kind of the surprise, though, is, well, I shouldn't say surprise. Jeff Hadachek was a player that played quite a bit last year, but he's got some good moves. They've been able to hold Allen kind of in check and Hoops, but Minneapolis with the lead, 34-25. But they are physical and they are big, but we're playing fairly tall as well, so nice job of the Lions. With the lead here in Belleville, Kansas, Republic County High School. One of the things that kind of surprised me, Josh Macy has kind of struggled, and it'd be nice to see Josh come alive in the second half.
It really would be.
As he is really our floor general and does a great job. It just has not been able to get on track yet. And then keep feeding the ball down low to John Kelly, and hopefully something will come up with that, as Kelly's got 10 on the night, Brandon Davis with 12 for the Lions.
With that, we'll take a break. Be back with second half action in just a few moments.
Suburban TV and Appliance Salina, your home of quality.
Welcome back to Belleville, Kansas. Okay. Welcome back to Belleville, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lions had the lead at the half, 34-25. Once again, thanks to Coach Henderson with the stats for us, as Minneapolis and Belleville getting ready for second half action. Dale, the Lions have got to keep the momentum and got to keep the pressure going. They're kind of limited on who some of their scores are, but we've got to figure out a way to be able to keep Hadachek in check as well as Allen, as Hoops is their typical point guard that can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Got to keep the pressure going here. Don't let up.
Hoops with the ball back on the outside, goes to Allen, back to Allen. Trevor Allen back to Hoops, down low to Popelka. No good, rebounded by Yoxel. Back on the outside, goes to Macy. Macy back up to Brandon Davis. Davis down low to Kelly. Kelly shot in the lane, up no good, rebounded by Popelka. Hadachek. Back on the outside, goes the other direction. And it's kicked off the heel, picked up by Brandon Davis. We've got numbers 3-on-1, down low to Mortimer, off the glass, and no good. Misses the bunny down low. Back goes the ball into the hands of the Buffs. Allen with the ball on the outside. He's guarded by a smaller Mortimer, but Mortimer, as you know, can jump. Comes back the other direction. Ball goes back on the outside. Gets it down low
Mortimer is going to get a foul here.
So that'll be 3 on Mortimer if that's who it's on.
Had a double team effort there against Allen.
Third personal on Mortimer. So ball goes into Hoops, backward to Allen. And that'll be another one on Mortimer. That's going to be 4. And he's going to have to sit down as him and Allen just battling down there, and that's going to pull him out. So 4th one on him.
Mortimer and Alex Jocks will both come out, being replaced by Rothenberger and David Johns.
Ball goes into the hands of Hoops. Hoops will drive, gets it back down to Allen. Back over to Trevor Allen. Trevor on the high post. He'll drive. Gets it back down low. And then
trying to get some high-low action.
Yep, that's going to be out of bounds off of the Buffs. It'll be Minneapolis basketball. Hey, as you said, a little bit of high-low action there. We had position, but they were able to keep the ball in play. Luckily, it's turned over back to us. Ball goes back to Macy. They pick up a press, and we cross it. We break it down to David Johns. David with the ball. Gets it back out to Macy. Macy looks at a 3. Shot in the lane, up and can't get it to fall, and another offensive or defensive rebound by the Buffs.
Had a check, pulls it down.
And Macy with the
blocking foul.
Blocking foul. 3rd foul as we quickly pick up 3 fouls as they take it right to us. 3rd team foul by the Lions. 2nd one on Macy.
6:23 remaining in the 3rd. It's 34-25. Minneapolis, no score so far, either squad.
Shot up and no good. Rebounded by. There's going to be a foul the other direction.
32 over the back.
32 over the back and that is Popelka, the sophomore, gets the hard foul. His 3rd foul. Ball goes into the hands of Brandon Davis. Davis with the ball. Backward to Rothenberger. Back up to David Johns. David with the ball, gets it back to Brandon Davis, backward to Macy. Macy looks at Kelly on the high post. Back out to Macy, back out to Rothenberger as Minneapolis works the ball. Brandon Davis steps in. Shot up and off the glass. Nice job, John Kelly.
The double team.
Against the double, as you said. Great job. Ball comes back the other direction, and it's down low, and they come up with it, and somehow Minneapolis, there's going to be a foul.
And going to foul Kelly.
Nice job. He's still wondering about that. Tucker Allen called with a foul. That's going to be 4 on him.
There's no doubt in my mind.
So coach talking with him. That'll be 4 on Allen. And then checking in is Shoemaker.
The Lions with the 11-point lead here, 36-25.
5:43, as you said. Ball goes into Macy. They pick up the press. Ball goes cross court to Macy. Macy breaks it across at the top of the key. Back to Brandon Davis. Davis swing pass over to David Johns. Johns with the ball. Gets it back over to Rothenberger. Rothenberger down low to Kelly, and he's going to be fouled by Allen.
From behind. Trevor Allen with the foul. His 3rd.
Evens it up at 3 team fouls apiece. 5:25 left here in the 3rd quarter. 36-25. Brandon Davis for the Lions to inbounds. Gets it in the top of the key to Macy. Macy back on the outside to Brandon Davis. Down low to Rothenberger. Rothenberger swing pass back on the outside to Brandon Davis. Davis drives. Back over to Rothenberger. Back to Kelly at the line. Macy, travels with it.
Should have taken the 3, Josh. You were open. In my opinion.
Yep.
5:13 remaining in the 3rd. 11-point lead, 36-25.
All into the hands of Hoops. Back on the outside goes to Shoemaker. Back to Allen. Allen, and there's a
technical on Coach Kuhlman. Ref had heard enough.
So technical foul Brandon Davis, I'm assuming they'll put Brandon at the line for the Lions, but a technical called on Kuhlman and
Macy.
Josh Macy. Macy will go to the line.
Plus we'll get possession.
Shot is up, and it's
No
good. Josh is struggling tonight, Dale. Just uncanny for Josh here. Second one is up and gets that one. Nice job by Macy. Gets the second one to fall. Gets 1 of 2, and the Lions will have the ball.
Our biggest lead of the night, 37-25 by 12.
Brandon Davis inbounds at half court. Gets it into Macy. Macy will bring it. He's guarded by Shoemaker. Gets it back to David Johns. Johns on the right-hand side. Gets Macy as a cutter. They look down low at Kelly. Has nothing. Back on the outside and stolen away. And then back the other direction goes to Allen. Nice job by Trevor Allen. With the left hand, puts it in. And it's good defense, but Allen just used his hands nicely to put it in. So Macy can't get it. Kelly with the rebound, up and good, and the foul. Nice job, John Kelly, as he gets the rebound and the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Puts the lead
Puts us
back to
by
12. Make it 13, John.
Foul is on number 25, Hadachek, just his first foul. Checking in will be Lane Nichols for Josh Mason. 4:31 left to go here in the third quarter. The and one shot is up and gets it in. So they will. The Buffs will inbounds. Gets it into Hoops.
40-27, 4:30 to go in the third.
Yeah.
Davis called it a foul.
Now the crowd getting into it, yelling pretty loud. So, and that one is called on Brandon Davis, 4th team foul.
His second.
Hoops with the ball at the top, guarded once again by Davis. Back to Allen. Allen guarded by Eric Yoxel. Hoops with the ball on the outside. They look at the cutter. Has nothing, pulls it back out to Shoemaker. Shoemaker back out to Popelka. Popelka. Oh,
no traveling.
Wow. Nice job. And somehow Allen comes up with it, and a tie-up is called. And, wow.
Coach Kuhlman is hiding his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
Doing everything he can to control his emotions.
Oh, my goodness. So ball will get turnover. Will go back to lines after the jump ball is called. Brandon Davis with the ball backward to David Johns. Johns at the and
11,
nice job. That one's a big foul.
Screen.
That one's on Drew Hoops.
Did they call a double foul?
They called a technical.
On Brandon
They
Davis?
called a technical on Brandon Davis. After the shove that he had, you got to be kidding me. Wow. That is, I don't even know what he would have done to have gotten the technical, Dale.
Must have said something, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
But 11 just ran right through the screen.
Yeah. 11 just absolutely plowed him.
I wasn't watching the scoreboard, see what they put up there. There's 5 fouls on the Lions, 6 on the Buffs. But all the players are hanging around the Minneapolis end here. Coach Shoup is arguing his case. Now we come down the other end for some technical free throws.
Well, had a check at the line to shoot the free throw, and he makes it. Okay, now they call this on the I guess I thought the technical was on. I thought the technical was on Brandon Davis, but they must have been on Coach Shoup. Coach Shoup. And I still don't know why Coach Shoup got the technical. So
if that's the case, we had a team foul on each bench, a technical foul on each bench. It's 40-29.
Wow. Trevor Allen with the ball at the top, gets it over to Hoops. Hoops with the ball. As they look down low, gets it down to Allen. Allen in the paint, up and no good.
Gets his own rebound. They're going to call the foul on Eric Yoxel. He had the position. Allen was taller. He could jump higher. He got the rebound. He benefited the foul.
Wow.
16 fouls apiece. Second on Eric Yoxel. 3:39 remaining in third quarter. And we have a timeout by Minneapolis with 3:39 remaining third quarter. The score 40-29 Minneapolis. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Choose your beautiful new countertop, granite or quartz, from the large selection of slabs of granite and quartz in stock in the Creative Surfaces showroom. Your new countertop is cut from the actual slab of granite and quartz you select. Creative Surfaces is a proud supporter of Minneapolis Lions.
Well, Coach Shoup called a timeout not to talk to his team, but to talk to the officials because I think he's still questioning how he got a technical on that one, but the bus to inbounds. Gets it into the inside, gets it to Hadacek. Hadacek rolls the outside, gets it down low to Allen. Allen shot up and good as he's trying to get them back into this single-handedly. 40-31, Lions with the lead.
13-point lead is down to 9.
Macy with the ball.
That 4-point swing.
Back to Lane Nichols. Nichols on the outside. And there's a foul.
Allen
on Allen.
And Coach Shoup's asking for a technical on Allen. I was just sitting there thinking, man, that kid is displaying a lot of emotion there.
Wow. That's 4 on Allen. And that's what I think that's what he's saying is that they called it. I think they called the technical on Brandon Davis.
That's what I was thinking originally.
Hey, talk for a second.
They take Allen out. He's replaced by 40. To see a player put on that kind of exhibition, that's just asking for the technical. Free throw is missed by 21. Lane Nichols.
Radio station from Belleville. The radio station from Belleville told me that the technicals was called on our 2 players for carrying on. After that, that's what the technical was on. So
Macy just fouls. A blocking foul.
This one's getting out of hands, folks. A 3:08. A lot of emotions on the floor. So
Hoops to the line.
Hoops, a senior at the line, will shoot a 1-on-1 here. Shot is up and good. Makes the first one, 40-32. Second one coming here. Lions get a couple different players in. Reebrock checks in as well as Kelly. Second one is up. Front rim, no good. Rebound by Rothenberger. Back to Nichols.
40-32.
Nichols will bring it down to set it up. Lane at the top of the key. Back on the outside goes to David Johns. Back over to Kelly. Kelly on the outside. He's guarded tightly there. Back to Rothenberger. Rothenberger back over to Nichols. Nichols looks down low.
Come on.
And he's quadruple teamed down low, and it will be a foul, and Kelly will go to the line to shoot a 1-on-1. Wow.
Fouls on 25.
Hadacek. Kelly at the line for a 1-on-1 here. Shot is up and front rims it and gets his own rebound. David Johns with the ball. Nice job back to back to Reetbrock, back to Lane Nichols. Nichols on the outside. He'll step it up, pulls it back out, gets it back over to Rothenberger, back over to Kelly, back over to down low to Rothenberger. Gavin in the paint, shot up and good. Nice job, Gavin Rothenberger.
Turnaround little hook.
With a little hook, as you said, Dale. 2:16 in the third, 42-32, Lions with the lead. Back on the outside to Shoemaker. Back to Popelka, back to Hoops for threes, wide open, no good, and rebounded by, it hits the top of the scoreboard. Okay. You know, we have not seen that called very much this year.
A lot of times where it hits the top of the backboard, it's not called. You're right.
So
that time it was. 2:05 to go in the third. It's 42-32.
Nichols with the ball. Lane gets it across the timeline. Pulls it in the hands of Kelly on the left-hand side. Kelly back to Rothenberger at the top of the key. Oh, stolen away by Hoops. And the bucket, man. Wow. That's a crowd silencer right there.
Foul on Rothenberger. That pulls it back to within 8. Chance to cut the lead down to 7. 1:47 remaining in the third.
Shot is up, and it's good as he makes it. Nichols with the ball as he brings it down, guarded by Shoemaker. No call. Picks up his dribble. Gets it back to Kelly. Kelly back to Rothenberger. Back to Reetbrock. Reetbrock on the right-hand side. Gets it down low to Kelly. Kelly down low to Rothenberger. Up and good. Nice job, Gavin. Great job by Kelly to see him down low. Minute 23, 44-35.
Double team Kelly left Rothenberger wide open.
Ball on the outside. Picked up by the Bus. 3-point shot, no good, but rebounded by the Bus in the hands of Lambert. Lambert to Hadacek, no good, and another offensive rebound. That's 4 offensive rebounds on that trip alone.
With the putback
by Popelka.
44-37.
Ball back to the Lions, back on the top of the key, goes to Kelly, back to down low to Rothenberger. And it's good. Nice job by Gavin Rothenberger with another little baby hook in the paint. He puts it in, and it's good, and he will go to the line for the and one. Wow, Dale. The band's not even playing, and it's loud now.
Chance to get the lead back to 10.
The and one shot is up, and it is no good. Rebounded by Lambert. Lambert gets it back to Popelka. Popelka to bring it down for the Buffs. Lines up by 9, 46-37. No!
They call Lane Nichols with the foul on his battle with Hoops. About out of steal made by John Kelly there, but in the process, Nichols behind the ball was called for a foul.
Oh my goodness. And Hoops, who is pretty much
a lot
perfect
of their
from
points
the
here
line.
recently.
Is at the line for the 1-on-1. No good. Rebounded by Rothenberger.
Both teams with 9 fouls now.
Shoemaker guarding Nichols. Nichols gets it back over to Rothenberger. Gavin on that top gets it back to Kelly at the top of the key. 21 seconds left. Gets it back to Reetbrock. Reetbrock looks down low to Rothenberger in the paint, up and good. Nice job, Gavin Rothenberger. Another bucket in the paint. I think he's got 7 points just in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Nice job, Minneapolis, and nice job by Rothenberger right there. Nearly gets the steal. 48-37.
He plays
1/10 of a second left.
He plays awful big under the basket.
Yeah, he does.
Side. He and Eric Yoxel both.
And they will get it in here. And the shot is off, but it's no good. 48-37. Gavin Rothenberger with some big points in the low block and some big free throws.
When we needed them,
When we needed it. 48-37. They had gotten right back in this. We were back up by 11 here to start the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
See the guys at Auto Tech for all your automotive repair needs. Quality automotive care from alignments to transmissions and everything in between. Proud supporters of the Minneapolis Lions. Visit Straub International today. Your Case IH, Great Plains, Mahindra, and Polaris dealer with 7 locations. Straub International, helping Kansas grow. For over 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way, Robertson Monuments.
See American Family Insurance agent Scott Osherman for all of your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, proudly supporting the Lions.
Well, we outscored them 14-12, just trading blows there back and forth. We increased our lead by 1. It was 11 points. It was 9 points at half. We're up by 11 now. So we increased it by 2.
Yeah, I'll tell you, physical fourth quarter. Allen checks back in for the bus, as well as Tucker, Allen, and Allen.
Our starters are back on the floor. Except Eric Yoxley's in there.
As they drive, gets it back at top of the key to Tucker Allen. Allen back to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot gets it into Trevor Allen. Trevor Allen pulls it back out. Trevor Allen in the paint, no good, and rebounded by Macy. Macy with the ball, gets it back up to Brandon Davis. Davis with the shot, up and good. Nice job, Brandon Davis. Brandon, that's a way to answer your technical, buddy. 7:24.
Lead back to 13.
Ball in the hands of Hoops, backward to Arbuthnot. Arbuthnot looks down low. Wow.
Foul on Davis.
No, I think it's on Yoxel. They called Yoxel, and I believe, we'll see for sure, but he was battling with Allen. Yeah.
Yep. Third personal on Eric.
They're in the double bonus from this point on.
We're close to it.
Yep. Shot is up and no good.
Trevor Allen is not having a good night shooting.
And he is very animated.
Yep.
You can tell he gets flustered pretty easily. So second shot coming. Shot is up and it's good. Front rim, back rim, but it gets it in. Back, Minneapolis up by 12, 50-38. Ball goes back, down low, back to Rothenberger. Down low to Yoxel in the paint, up and good. Nice job, Eric Yoxel. Off the glass and good. Minneapolis with the 14-point lead. All in the hands of Hoops. Hoops guarded by Brandon Davis. Gets it into Allen. Allen will drive. And oh, you gotta be kidding me. Look what they're doing down low on the other end. Wow. Oh, Dale.
Allen starts to drive the basket. He's fouled by Yoxley. Picks up foul number 4.
So fourth down, and it looks like Rothenberger getting ready to come back in. Allen at the line to shoot 2, and front rim. And the Buffs get a couple new players in as Lambert checks in, as well as Cale Johnson. Rothenberger checks back in as well. Second one is no good. Rebounded by Alex Yoxel. Nice rebound by Alex. Gets it back in the hands of Macy. Macy back to Alex. Alex backward to Brandon Davis. Davis on the outside. Oh,
he about made that.
Down low to Yoxel in the paint. Up and no good, but he's going to get fouled. Nice job. I don't know how in the world Brandon Davis
I think that
lost that one
away from him. And he almost made it.
So, got that one on film, Dale?
Yep. It would have been nicer if it would have went in.
Alex Yoxel at the line as we're in the double bonus, as the foul was on number 25. Had to check his third. Alex at the line to shoot 2, up and in and out. Couldn't get it to fall. Second shot coming. Shot is up and gets that one to fall. 53-38, 15-point lead. Ball in the hands of Johnson.
Davis is going to be called for a foul, I think.
Well, and I don't disagree with that call, but they're hand checking us all the way down the floor and haven't called it. So Johnson at the line to shoot 2 here. 5'10" sophomore at the line. Shot is up and gets it.
David Johns comes in for Davis.
Kuhlman working the official kind of like he learned from Sheets.
They watched him long enough,
Yeah.
several years.
Second shot is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Rothenberger. Nice rebound by Gavin. I love how that kid can jump.
Yep.
Back on the outside, gets it over to, ooh, yep,
Travel.
and that is a travel.
Allen jumped in front of where the pass is going, and Mortimer had to pull up and travel in the process.
As the Buffs get some players back on the floor. 53-39, Lions with a 14-point lead. Ball goes back in the hands of Hoops. Hoops back on the outside. And nearly stolen away, kept live. Nice job by David Johns with some good hands right there. It will stay with the Buffs. Timeout called by the Buffaloes.
It's 53-39 Minneapolis. 6:08 here to go in the fourth quarter.
30-second timeout it is. We will take a quick break with them. You're listening to SlineandPost.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 20.
Whether you're building a new house or a birdhouse, Ottawa County Lumber and Supply will have the tools and materials you need for your next project. Ottawa County Lumber, cheering for the Lions.
Tonight's game brought to you by City Pharmacy in Minneapolis, now delivering to our neighboring communities. Call us to find out when we can come to you. City Pharmacy for your family. Go.
Welcome back to Republic County High School, Belleville, Kansas. 53-39, the Buffaloes with the ball. 6:08 left to go in this ball game. Minneapolis with a lead. Ball will go into Popelka. Popelka, oh, there's a walk, no call. And it pulls back down the other direction to Hadachek. Hadachek into Allen. Allen back to Popelka. And can't get it to fall. And it'll be out of bounds, Minneapolis basketball. Got lucky on that one. That one just rolled around the rim, wouldn't fall. Back to Macy. Macy with the ball, crosses the timeline, gets it back to Alex Schoxel, back to Rothenberger. Gavin looks down low, has nothing. Looks for the cutter, goes back to top of the key to Macy. Macy will drive around the right-hand side, picks up his dribble. And that's going to be called on Johnson, and that will send Gavin Rothenberger to the line to shoot 2 as we're in the double bonus. Gavin at the line, 2 shots here. First one is up, front rim, can't get the fall. He'll have another one coming. Second shot is up, and it is good. Nice job by Gavin Rothenberger. He's got to have close to 10 for the Lions.
54-39, Minneapolis.
Trevor Allen with the ball. As he pulls it down, gets it to Hadachek. And David Johns strips it away. Nice job by Johns, back to Macy. Macy comes back the other direction with the ball. Macy picks up his dribble, gets it back to Alex Schoxel. Alex back to Rothenberger at the top of the key. 5:07 left, 54-39. Good job by Gage Mortimer with the left hand, takes it to the left side and puts it in at the 5-minute mark, 56-39. And Hoops, another scoop shot. He's had at least 3 of those tonight, 56-41. Macy with the ball. And he can't get it to fall. And it will come back the other direction into the hands of Allen. Allen goes. And there's a foul. Nice job. Allen Hadachek. Wow. Allen misses the layup and then David Johns gets a rebound and then he's fouled. So that one is on Hadachek, and that's his 4th foul. At the line will be David Johns. Kelly and Nichols getting ready to check back in for the Lions. 4:32. Johns' first one is up and good. Front rim and gets it to fall. Nice job, David Johns. 57-41.
Kelly comes in for Alex Joxel and Lane Nichols in for Macy.
Checking in for the first time is number 24 for the Buffs, and that is Connor Strutt.
Been a frustrating night for Josh, other than the fact that we're winning.
Misses that one, rebounded by Hadacek. And the Buffs.
57-41, Minneapolis, 4:23 to go.
Hoops with the ball, good defense by Nichols. And a big bucket there. I'm not sure how he didn't get a travel on that one, but they didn't.
He forces his way in and puts up some good shots.
By Hoops. Ball goes back to top to Kelly, backward to Rothenberger, down low in the paint is Rothenberger, shot up, no good, rebounded by Johnson for the Buffs. 4 minutes left here in the ball game, 57-43. Hoops with the ball, picks up his dribble, gets it back on the outside, three-point shot, off the mark, rebounded by Kelly. Gets it back up,
Nichols
comes away with it. Nice job, Gavin Rothenberger, and the bucket. Oh, there's a technical right there. Yes, indeed. That gets it right there. And that's more of a frustration one, but hey, they called it on us. They need to call it both ways.
He took the ball on a rebound of a made shot and swatted it away. That is a definite technical.
Yeah, that was a bucket by Gavin Rothenberger and the foul. So she should have one shot right there. So he will have the one free throw, and then we should have the technical was on Hoops.
Well, the foul was on him too, I think.
Oh, was it?
I think he was the one that was in the action. He's got his third personal listed up there. I don't know how many he had before.
And the and one can't fall. So
David Johns in to shoot the technicals, and we'll have possession of the ball.
59-43. Johns at the line, up and good. So he gets that one to fall. He'll have another one coming here. As Brandon Davis and Josh Macy getting ready to check back in. Second one is up, and it is good. Makes them both. Nice job, David Johns. Two big free throws right there. 61-43. 18-point lead by the Lions. 3:40 left to go in this ball game. Getting ready to inbounds the ball. Will be Mortimer. Gets it into Rothenberger. Rothenberger back to Kelly. Back to Macy. Macy on the outside. Gets it down low to Josh. John Kelly and the bucket up by 20. Nice job by the Lions. Great give and go and a great finish right there by Kelly. All on the outside. Gets it back. Back on the outside to Kuhlman. Kuhlman with the ball as he picks up his dribble and gets it over to. And then blocked, but a foul by Kelly. And at the line will go Jeff Hadacek, as Kelly had part of the ball, but he must have had some hand in there as well. 3:15 left to go in this ball game, 63-43. Hadacek at the line. Only the first foul on Kelly. Is that?
That's amazing. He fouls very seldom.
Wow. So
it's have a post player as active as he is and gets so few fouls. It's
Hadacek makes the first one, second one is up, and he makes that one as well.
He just moves well.
Yeah.
You know, he's plays smart.
Shoemaker checks back in for Hadacek. Hadacek's had a pretty good night for the Buffs, and they're going to pick up a full court press. Gets it into Brandon Davis. Brandon brings it down. He'll bring it down for the Lions. Crosses the timeline. Gets it back to Macy. Macy back in the corner, goes to Mortimer. Mortimer back over to Rothenberger. Rothenberger back to Gage. Gage down low to Kelly. Kelly is going to be fouled by Arbuthnot, and that will send Kelly to the line to shoot two. Only the second on Arbuthnot.
2:55 remaining. It's 63-45. Try to get the lead back to 20 here.
Shot is up and in and out. Second shot coming by Kelly here. Shot is up, and it is good. Makes 1 of 2, and Skylar Reebrock checks in for Gage Mortimer. Got a nice mix of players that we have, Dale. We use our bench well. I like that.
64-45. Reach-in foul on Reebrock.
Reebrock, you said?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
His second personal. At the line will be Johnson. Just going by memory, I think he hit his last 2. Up and good. He's a sophomore, and he does pretty well. I'll tell you, they're fairly young as well, Dale.
Oh yeah.
Lambert and Hadacek and Allen are seniors, and Drew Hoops. So they're a fairly young team as well. I don't think they're as deep as we are, talent-wise, but he makes both of those. So 47-64, Minneapolis up by 17. 2:48 left to go in the ball game. Brandon Davis. Davis back to Rothenberger. Gets it back to Macy. Macy back on the outside. Looks down low to Kelly. Has nothing. Pulls it back out. Back to Mortimer. Mortimer back to Davis. Back over to Macy. Macy on the outside. There's a foul right there. And he will go to the line to shoot 2. Very physical ball game tonight, Dale.
Definitely. A lot of free throws here in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Shot is up and good. Nice job, Josh. Gets it to roll in. Second one is on its way, and it's good. Nice job by Macy. Puts us back up by 19 as Alex and Eric Yox will check in for Kelly and Rothenberger. So Johnson with the ball for the bus. 2:22 left to go in the ball game. Lions with a 19-point lead, 66-47. All back on the outside to Arvidnot. Arvidnot takes the shot. Rebounded by Yoxel. Oh, good hands right there. Somehow we come away with that one. Yeah.
Timeout Minneapolis.
So.
And Coach Shoup is going to take some time to do some personal coaching.
Yeah, do some personal training. So
66-47 the score, 2:03 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Lions.
Stop into Jean's IGA and experience shopping with a promise of neighborly service from people you know and trust. Jean's IGA, your hometown grocery store supporting your hometown Lions.
For 100 years, a Schooler Company has been the expert in marketing your agricultural products. Call and find out how Schooler can help you manage risk and maximize rewards. And go Lions.
Your headquarters for trailers, including stock trailers, fifth wheel, flatbed, dump trailers, and tilt trailers. Also pickup beds, flatbeds, bale beds installed and serviced, plus they will go outside the box to customize exactly what you need. Joe's Fabricating, Hillsboro, proudly supports Minneapolis Lions.
welcome back to Belleville, Kansas. Minneapolis to inbounds here as Mortimer to get it in, gets it into Alex Yoxel. Alex back to Eric. Eric back to Brandon Davis on the outside. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Lions up by 19. Macy at the top gets it backward to Eric Yoxel. Backward to
Reebrock with the ball now.
Thank you. I'm sorry about
Alex
that.
Yoxel.
Back on the outside to Macy. Macy back on the corner to Alex Yoxel. Alex nothing. Goes back on the outside. Stolen away by number 24, Strutt, and that comes back the other direction
away
for
by Davis.
Johnson. 3-point shot up and good by, hey, guess what? Trey Kuhlman. Bet his dad named him Trey for a reason. What do you want to bet?
A bit.
Big three right there. Lions back up. It's still up by 16. 1:13 left to go. Ball goes back in the hands of Mortimer. Back to Macy. Macy on the outside. Gets it down low to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Macy. Macy back to Brandon Davis.
59 seconds.
Davis back on the outside, back to Macy. Swing pass backward to Rothenberger. To Mortimer, back to Macy. Macy down low to Eric Yoxel. 48 seconds left. Lines up by 16, 66-50. Minneapolis trying to finish it out right here as they are doing a great job tonight. Backward to Macy at the top. Macy backward to Mortimer. Mortimer back to Macy. Back to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Macy. 31 seconds left as Minneapolis just moves the ball around, gets some nice ball movement as they work the clock a little bit to try to finish this one out, and they get it back down to Eric Yoxel, back to Macy with 20 seconds left. Lions going to come away with a nice victory tonight as they defeat the 2A state champion Buffaloes by a score of 66-50 here in Belleville, Kansas tonight. A nice job and a very physical ball game. A couple technicals and a lot of physical fouls. So good ball game tonight, 66-50. Lions come away with the victory on the road as they improve their record to 5-1, Dale?
Yes.
5-1.
And with the boys break a 4-game losing streak to the Belleville Buffs. Last year they beat us by 26 points and 25 respectively. Tonight we come into their home floor and beat them by 16.
Yeah.
And the girls with a nice win by quite a lot of points, almost 30.
Yeah, it was 29 points.
Yeah.
So nice victory tonight. It'll be interesting to get the stats from Coach Henderson. But the Lions come away with a nice victory tonight against the Buffs as Minneapolis, they come away with the victory tonight. We will be right back in with some stats. You're listening to SalinaPost.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 20, your voice of the Minneapolis Lions. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Ottawa competitive pricing and customer service box stores don't have.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of MJSHS. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Well, welcome back to Belleville, Kansas. As we wrap up of the game here, the guys with the win tonight, 66-50, the 16-point victory over the defending Class 2A champions. Minneapolis goes to 5-1 overall and 2-1 in the league. They'll probably be move into third on their own temporarily. They're behind Beloit and Sacred Heart right now, who are undefeated. Beloit has 3 wins and no losses. Sacred Heart 2 wins, no losses. They'll both be playing next Tuesday, I'm sure, and we'll see what happens with their records from that point. But the twin bill victory tonight here, the guys and the gals both break winning streaks by the Buffaloes. The girls with the 52-23 win over the Lady Buffs, the guys with the 66-50 win over the guys in the Buffaloes. Scoring by quarters, first quarter Minneapolis 15-13. We took the 12-10 lead after battling a little back from behind, and ended up with the 15-13 lead, 2 points at the end of one that we never gave back. He outscored them 19-12 in the second quarter for the 34-25 lead at half. Pretty much traded blows in the third quarter. We outscored them 14-12. And 18-13, Minneapolis outscored the Buffs in the final quarter for the final 66-50 win, and I think Scott's got some stats from Coach Dale Henderson.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Republic County, they've got Trevor Allen had 11 points. Drew Hoops had 13. He's a quiet point guard that did very well.
He could make some good drives to the basket.
He did. We could have some fun commentating that one. Hoops with some scoops. Jeff Hadachek had 16. He was the leading scorer. Oh, I think he had 3 of them, Dale.
Yeah.
I think he had 3 of them. Adam, that is not Adam Christian. That is Kuhlman. Kuhlman with the.
Excuse us, folks. Scott is a popular guy.
Sorry, Dale. Go ahead.
Anyway, we'll get back to stats here in a second.
I didn't know. I had no idea. So I've got 2 offices. I've got Minneapolis and I've got the office up there. Yeah, she's in Minneapolis.
So next Friday, the Lions will be back in action hosting Southeast Saline Trojans at the home gym. They'll be off Tuesday night. Get some practice in this week, getting ready for the Lady and Guy Trojans.
Yeah, I
Go ahead, Scott.
I apologize, Dale. That was some old friends from Abilene that came up and talked to me, so I had no clue on that one. Anyway, Kuhlman had 3 for them. Cale Johnson had 3. And then Tyler Popelka had 4. For Minneapolis, I'll tell you, this was kind of interesting. Run through the scoring. Gage Mortimer had 4. Josh Macy had 5. Alex Yoxel had 3. Eric Yoxel had 7. David Johns had 3. Gavin Rothenberger had 12. Brandon Davis had 14. And this was a very, very quiet night for John Kelly. He had 18 points, but that was the quietest 18 I've seen out of him in a long time.
John continues to lead us in scoring almost every night. He didn't against Sacred Heart, but almost every night he comes in and he's averaging about 18 points a game. That's great.
Yeah, very much so. Nice job tonight by John Kelly and Brandon Davis and Gavin Rothenberger. Gavin, just a super night underneath the boards. Big night, big scoring-wise for the Lions as they come away with the victory. Interesting stat, 18 for 33 are the Lions from the free throw line. The Buffs are 14 for 21. Both teams, the Buffs had 25 fouls. We had 24 fouls.
We were 18 of 33, did you say?
18 to 33.
So a little more than 50%.
Yeah. Wow. Tough one, tough and interesting one for the Lions as they come away with a victory tonight, and very physical ball game. It's just wow, interesting. New 3 technical fouls we had tonight.
Really? I thought it was just 2.
No. Drew Hoops had 1 for them late in the game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Their coach had 1, and then they had 1 on Brandon Davis. So Lions come away with the victory on the girls' side as well as the guys' side. What a night tonight. Interesting ball game tonight, Dale.
Well, the last 3 years, we've experienced a lot of frustration playing these Buffaloes, the Republic County, and we both the squads get some revenge tonight, and that's great to see.
It was. It was nice to see as
Lady Lions retain their first place position at 3-0 in the league, and the Lions, the guys go to 2-1 and solidify their at least a third place position. Maybe they separate out away from Republic County with this win. So
yeah, I'll tell you, this is our league's gonna be tough. We saw just how tough Sacred Heart was. I don't know much about Southeast, but I'm assuming
they'll be good.
They'll be good. So
both of them.
I'm assuming they will be very strong.
It'll be quite a battle next Friday in Minneapolis.
So anyway, let's get this plugged in. There, Levi. You want to hand that to Coach Shoup? So. Coach Shoup, congratulations and welcome.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness, buddy! I'll tell you, that was a physical ball game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a tough game. I talked to our coaches before and told them I really expect a tough game, but also a game that's kind of ugly, just because I knew we're the kind of team that we want to be the kind of team that plays really hard. Makes it tough for you to score on the defensive end, doesn't back down. I know they are, and I thought both teams kind of played their part tonight.
Yeah, very much so. Great. One of the things that probably helped us the most, which is our strength in our bench play. I've talked about it a couple times, but our bench play is very strong. And you look at I don't keep track of minutes or anything like that, but it's very even as far as how deep we go into our bench and how strong it is. And you look at it tonight in the fact that Gavin Rothenberger comes off the bench and puts in 12 points. And Gavin plays a lot bigger than he's listed at 6'2".
Well, he's a really good athlete. He's starting to really figure some things out. And, we had 10 kids play a lot of minutes, and quite honestly, Jake Fleming will play a lot. He didn't play tonight, but he'll play a lot of minutes for us throughout the year. the guys contribute on both ends of the floor. We got a little more contribution, a little more widespread contributions from our kids. So it wasn't just one guy, which was nice. I think that makes us hard to guard. I thought we executed better, and that was part of the reason for that.
Now you may yell at me off the court for this, but why is it? What was? I turned my head for a second. Was it on Brandon Davis? Was the technical?
Yeah, honest, the explanation I got is that, Brandon kind of clapped his hands and
showed some
smiled.
emotion.
I mean, showed a little emotion.
He took a charge, wasn't that it?
He didn't say anything. No, he got fouled. And I think
he took a charge.
The official felt like Brandon was doing it towards that kid. I felt like Brandon was just walking away and was excited, but I don't know if you know Brandon. It's not really a big concern. He's not that kind of kid, but those things happen.
Yeah.
And
I didn't see it. I turned my head for a second. All of a sudden, I just thought
it was a little surprising. I'll be honest with you.
We were trying to figure out what you'd done over on the bench, maybe to get a technical. We couldn't believe they gave it to Brandon.
I probably deserved one at different points in the games more than Brandon did on that one. That's for sure. So, but all in all, I thought. That was kind of a moment where there's a lot of energy in the building, and that kind of set off a stretch of about, I don't know, probably about another 5 or 6 game minutes where it was really high intensity. I thought our kids did a nice job of executing their stuff and kind of keeping Republic County at bay because you knew they were going to make another run.
Well, and they had gotten to within 7.
Yeah, that was about a 6-point swing on us there, and we battled back through it. Extended our lead again.
It was. There were some things we could have done better defensively during that stretch. I thought we fouled way too much, and offensively, I thought we kind of, for a brief moment, we let the occasion get the best of us, but then we settled back down and were able to kind of come through it.
Oh no. Took our power. Well, we have to close this down before we lose out.
Well, Coach, I guess congratulations on a great victory.
We're
going to lose it out, so we'll go ahead and cut it short. Coach, thanks for joining us. So, folks, we better end it here as the Minneapolis Lions come away with the victory tonight, 66-50. Dale?
My battery backup I bought's doing a good job here. That's what the bleeps are.
So,
thanks. See you in Minneapolis next Friday. Come out and support them as we play the Southeast Lane Trojans. Good night, folks.